about nothing. It's me, your boy, the hottest dude in the podcast game, Sebastian Conelli. And as always, per usual, we got the cute boy here himself, Robbie boy. Robbie, say hello. Say ho-lo to the beautiful people.
Ho, 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 lo.
Welcome, people. It's here. Right? It is the December season, so you know what that means? I'm in a holly jolly mood, and it is, I'll tell you this, man, I get joys from little things.
Yes.
And Christmas is the biggest month of little things.
Yes.
It is a month just filled with little treats and trinkets all around you.
Yes.
It is the biggest. When everyone is like, I'm like a person that needs a treat, December's a month for you, babe. That you should try December. Because all it is like, ooh, let me treat myself to an ornament. Ooh, let me treat myself to what? Chocolate peppermint croissants? Don't mind if I do, right? It's a month filled with goodies and treats.
Which is nice. That's what I view the North Pole as. It's
Forever
a land
treats.
of treats. Yes.
That's a great way to view it.
It's a land of small treats. They're just making them. That's kind of their whole economy. It's making treats.
It's a treat-based
Toys,
system.
treats, tchotchkes.
Oh, God.
All the above. It's just like that's kind of what they're making, too.
And December is,
I'm thinking of like little wooden toys. That's what the elves make. Always.
That's
Even
incredible.
in my head. I was never thought the elves were making PlayStation 2s. No. I never got there.
Well, the elves
mentally as a child.
The elves don't.
And that's also probably maybe why it's harder for younger kids to believe in Santa today.
Is because they're like, how
it's very obvious that they're not making like Grand Theft Auto.
Well, it's like
I guess we had Grand Theft Auto too, but you know what I mean.
Is our
iPads?
Are elves? Here's the question: are modern day elves computer engineers?
That's what we need to know.
That's what we need to know. Because if modern day elves are computer engineers, we're on board, babes.
Yes.
Did they go to Stevens? Did they go to Poly Prep? Right? Where did they go? Did they go to Caltech?
Yeah.
Right? Because if you tell me I went to Caltech and half my graduated class was elves, I still believe in freaking Santa Claus.
Yeah, definitely.
If half the graduated class of Berkeley Computer Science are elves, I go, fuck yeah, Santa's back. Yeah. Santa's back, bitch, and he's coming in hot.
Yeah.
Right? That means Santa is coming in hot with AirPods, with iPads, with video games. I go, he knows. I need every FIT better have some graduating class, right? If they're doing clothes
I think
up
the
there,
elves have always been good at clothes in my head.
They've always
been able to sew.
Always good at textiles,
yes,
we'll say.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but these elves, if they're not doing computer science, right?
Yeah.
They better be computer engineers.
Something.
I mean, here's the thing. People get cars for Christmas.
I know.
Which one? I cannot believe the car industry turned that into a thing.
Yeah.
The car industry was like, we have a real dip at Christmas. I got an idea. What if we put bows on cars and we said it could be a Christmas gift? What if
That's
everyday utility
wild
thing
Christmas
was
gift.
a Christmas gift?
Yeah.
It was.
Did you know anyone that got a car?
Never. Did
Yeah.
you?
No.
Christmas morning.
I don't think so.
Because I mean, I didn't know. I mean, that's a person of a class that I'm not invited to.
Yeah.
A person that gets a bow on their car. If I lived next to someone and they had a bow on their car for Christmas morning, I don't know.
That's nice.
I'd be like,
You would be like, I made it.
One, I would be like,
this neighborhood?
I'm in a freaking neighborhood right now, right? But two, it is something that the car industry really spun. Because for me, a car is, especially in the suburbs, is about functionality.
Yes.
That's like almost putting a bow on a hot water heater.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Like, if we're looking, like...
Yeah, but people will get, like, a dishwasher for Christmas, maybe. Washing machine.
A microwave.
Yeah, what microwave?
A microwave.
Utilities.
A microwave's an offensive gift.
You think so?
My grandma had passed out. She had to go to the hospital the year she got a microwave.
No, you told us.
She had to go to the hospital the year she got a microwave.
I thought it was because she didn't believe in microwaves.
She was so offended.
Yeah.
She was so offended.
Her cooking is bad.
My grandma faked a little fit, a little something. Yeah. Had to go, and we never gave her an appliance again.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would have believed in Santa for longer than I did, which is embarrassing because I already believed way longer than I should have. But I was in like the 60s, 70s when they was getting wooden toys, and it was very feasible for me that an elf was making this up in the North Pole. Like, I got a iPod Touch, iPod Nano. That's where I'm like, all right, It's probably not coming from the North Pole. The iPod Touch.
Nah.
That was when I was like, all right, but that's late for me. iPod Touch is, I would think, when I was for sure out on Santa. I think that was the first Christmas I was for sure out.
Well, here's the thing. They now, when they show pictures of the Santa's workshop, they should show some college degrees.
Yes.
They
They
should
need to
show
be showing a little more. We need an updated visual of the North Pole, I think, to kind of fit what the presents we're getting.
Some behind the computer
Yes.
action, some no cap situation happening.
Or is that
right?
what they're doing? They're ordering from Apple and redirecting it? Like, what's going on? Because that, to me, is important. The details are important for the belief. If I'm going to believe in this fake world, the details are important.
They got to be important, right? So,
But I like a little ski village that will try to, a lot of ski villages try to recreate the North Pole. But like one of my favorites that I go to every single day, 3 p.m.
well, can I argue this?
What?
The image of the North Pole was trying to recreate a ski village.
Oh, you think? Yeah, probably.
And
Definitely.
like, yeah, think about an old Swiss village.
Yes.
That's what they were like. We're like, oh, that's like a North Pole
Yes.
kind of situation.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Like these winter villages probably in Europe.
Yeah, hate to turn
Yeah.
your logic on you.
No, I appreciate
But
my thing is the source. But the one place that I really like, they give out freshly baked cookies every single day at 3 p.m. And they just, every single person gets as many cookies as they need. It's just like a whole thing. And they bring that jolly
what's
spirit.
beautiful there?
What?
As many cookies. Just the Christmas time is a time where you get as many cookies as you need.
As you need.
As you need
Exactly.
is the
And
key
you need
word
them.
there.
Yes.
Because during the rest of the year, you don't need a certain amount of cookies. But
No.
during Christmas, I need a certain amount of cookies.
Yeah, it's a complicated season.
I have a quota to make for
Yeah,
Cookie Month.
for sure. Well, you feel down, or you feel a certain way, or you need a joy, or you want the joy, or it's very nostalgic, melancholy, joyous.
It is.
There's so many emotions going on, and cookies are a nice, like, grounding
It settles.
place. Yeah, it's a nice home.
It's almost like it's meditative. It
Yeah.
calms you down.
100%. It's very overwhelming this season.
But yeah, it is very. Because I went to my sister's for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Let me say this.
Okay.
When you do a podcast and you spend half an episode of a podcast talking about how much you hate Thanksgiving food,
Okay.
it really comes to bite you in the ass.
I didn't have a single thing from dinner.
I know.
I had no dinner food.
Yeah.
0 dinner food
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You stood.
I stood strong.
You stood. Me, I indulged.
You ate it.
And I liked it.
You did.
Yeah, they did. There was good the stuff in the mashed potatoes, the
was good.
carrots.
It's just not as good.
Cornbread.
It's not as good as
It's not my
other
favorite
meals.
type of food.
Yes,
is
exactly.
what it is. But they did a great job.
That's nice.
And I want to go on record here. My sister did a great job with Thanksgiving.
Of course.
And my brother-in-law did a great job with Thanksgiving.
That's great.
Yeah. So I just have to go on record. And I was very happy.
I didn't doubt for a second that they wouldn't.
I had doubts.
You did. It's just, it's more the meat. The
have my
substance
doubts.
matter. It's like you can only do so much with the
Yeah.
underlying.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. But I was happy all weekends. You know the moments that it really hits me when the sadness?
When?
Driving home.
From Thanksgiving.
Because that's when you want to debrief with someone.
Okay.
That's when, like, you get to talk about what just happened.
Yes.
That's the moments that
I guess I've never had that fully. I mean, my ex would come over. We lived in the same town. She would come over,
Sure.
say hello, and then go home.
Yeah,
Like in the town, but it was never like I never had a real adult relationship. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah, the debrief after a holiday event, you leave with someone and you get to talk about it, talk about the highs, the lows,
Yeah.
talk about your feelings, what was great,
I guess we had 17 people for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So then the 5 of us, my immediate family,
So it's a
hung out
debrief.
for
You talk
15
about
minutes.
stuff.
Yeah. And then I left. But
Yeah. No, but
that's always the debrief, I guess, that has happened in my life.
and you know what happens after the 5? Then people split off and they have their own debrief.
Well, we're all single. Besides, I mean, we're all single anyway.
You're all single.
So that's what it is. I don't feel left out in that way.
No, it's just
Yeah.
that's a moments that I'm like, oh, it would be because I do hit those moments during the holidays where I yearn
For love.
Yeah,
It's interesting. See, I'm almost.
I told you that.
Yeah, you did, and I feel almost opposite.
Yeah.
I just want to isolate a little bit.
No, for me, I yearn for love in the holidays. And
As
it's
far
hard.
as love, I want to be with my friends.
I know.
I want to see as many friends as possible. I like to create that, I guess.
I'm trying to create that too. We have a busy holiday season.
Yeah, we do.
Which is good because then it keeps me from those feelings. Also, I never want to get into, I think that it's bad to get into a relationship because you feel lonely.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think that's a good reason to ever date.
Yes.
It's a reason to reflect while you're not dating.
Yes.
But it's maybe not, I don't think, the best reason to date. So that's why I will, like, fill the day with activities or fill it with other people, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that I wanted to get a Christmas tree. And for me, years I hadn't put it up was when I had to do it by myself.
Yes.
And so who comes through?
We've done it.
The little drummer boy. You're my little drummer boy.
We've done the Christmas tree at your place 3 times now.
You are my little drummer boy, but instead of drumsticks, you have two. You have 2 little joints. Puff, 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 puff.
I know, I gotta slow down on the weed. Did you like the movie, The Little Drummer Boy? Did you watch that when you were a kid?
Yeah, I didn't care.
That wasn't in the top tier.
It wasn't.
It was in that suite though. Of
what?
Movies. The
Claymation.
the Snowman, The Little Drummer Boy.
Yes.
Rudolph. I never seen the Heat Miser one, but
You never seen
Santa Claus is coming to town.
A Year Without a Santa Claus?
I don't think I've seen that.
Bro, it's a banger. Are you kidding me?
I know. We did the show and I didn't know what it was. Everyone in the theater is like, "Come on!" And I have no idea. You had to give it to me.
I
never even knew that was a word. Like Heat Miser. Maybe I've seen it. I don't know. I think my parents just didn't buy that one for some reason.
Dude, that's one of the only original, like, they came up with original characters for Heat and Cold.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Bro, it is a banger.
Really? I gotta watch it.
Dude, it's some of the best songs. Boom, boom,
No, I've
boom,
never seen it.
boom, boom, boom.
No.
I miss the white Christmas. I miss the snow. Do 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 do.
I know. It's crazy. Because this is right up my alley. I've probably seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't even know.
Rudolph is
50,
fucking
100 times.
soft compared to the
really?
Heat
I
Miser,
love
bro.
Rudolph.
Bro, Rudolph
Who's
is
the guy I like that people say I remind them of? The dentist?
the dentist. You are the dentist.
The kid who wants to be the dentist.
You are the dentist. Yeah. Just looking out the window, yearning.
Yeah.
Of course you did. Are you kidding me? Just tinkering at. I could imagine you at Chase Bank when you used to work there, looking out the window,
dreaming.
Yeah, dreaming. Bro, fucking Rudolph is soft compared to the Heat Miser.
Damn.
Oh God, Mr. They are 2 of the best original characters to ever come out of the Santa Claus universe.
Okay, the Santa Claus universe. Interesting. All right, I gotta watch it.
I mean,
I love the Santa Claus universe.
Bro, they go so fucking hard that they're like, we're not even gonna do a sequel to them.
Okay, the Heat Miser you would put above Rudolph in the Santa Claus universe.
Rudolph gets so much attention.
Okay.
But does that mean I love him?
Yeah.
Does that mean he's priority to me? We have to stack people based on where they showed up. Like how they showed up, not by how often they showed up.
Okay.
What would you rather be? A person that shows up once with an absolute fucking banger?
Okay.
A fucking ba-boom.
Wow, I need to see this movie.
Dude, the Heat Miser was a one-hit wonder by choice. By choice.
Wow.
They begged him to come back, and he goes, nah, I do it for the arts.
Okay.
Rudolph is in everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Rudolph is everywhere. That's why people like him.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, people just like shit because it's everywhere.
Yeah. Interesting.
Those 2 guys, and you tell me. And I'm going so hard for this guy.
Yeah, I think I need to first think about my favorite Santas of all time and their depictions. My favorite depictions of Santa.
Bro, honestly,
I don't know
I'm going so hard for him, kind of because he looks like my cousin.
He does look like...
He kind of looks like my fucking cousin. With
he's family.
With the
On
frosted
Christmas,
tips.
He's a villain, I imagine.
Yeah, he's a villain. With the alky nose, the alcoholic nose.
Okay, yeah.
He's got the alcoholic nose.
Him and Rudolph have the same nose.
Yeah, did anyone ever think Rudolph was just an alcoholic? I shouldn't laugh about alcohol. But here's the thing. He looks like me.
Okay.
So maybe I love him.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I love him.
I gotta watch it. I'll watch it.
Please watch it. I've been watching. Well, let's talk about the Christmas tree first.
Well, I wanted to the Santa universe. I think we should think about our favorite depictions of Santa, and B, favorite other big characters that you really love in the Santa Claus universe.
Oh, right now? Or?
No, we could deliberate. This is a
I don't want to jump to
sensitive
conclusions.
topic. Yeah,
The Year Without Santa Claus, that Santa does speak to me.
it does.
Why?
Why?
Because he needs the day off.
Okay. I could see. Yeah, I could see.
That Santa Claus.
A year without Santa.
I'm a
Claus.
little sick. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, 1 year.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the tree,
Yes.
and thank you for coming with me.
Yeah,
Robbie.
I love the tree day. You
When we
inspired me. Like as a child, that was one of my
Oh.
favorite days of the year. Is we bring everything up from the basement. I mean, the ornaments are relics of your life,
Yeah.
and you reminisce on different years of your life, and you get new ones, and then it's just like you remember other old stories with every ornament. Like we do that. You did that, which I like. My mom would do that.
Talking about each
Yeah,
one. As
I'm
we're
learning
hanging.
your family, but well, it's nice. Either way, it's that when I was a kid, my mom would tell us stories with each ornament.
It's because every ornament is special.
Yeah,
Every ornament has a meaning. You know.
I think especially back in the generation our parents are from,
an ornament was a big gift.
it was. There was a lot of symbolism in these ornaments.
And
the Lennox had their moment. Like you have to have a variation of, I think, the handmade, the cute Disney ones, the fancy ones. There was a lot of variants. You had them all, and they all had different stories, and they all had
Everyone.
different contexts, and it's beautiful.
Everyone, and I love it. And then the ornaments you got for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, as you came into your own, and you're like, I want to give myself things I love.
Which I never did until recently. And now I have my fake tree I get, which really doesn't compare to the real tree.
Well, we went to Home Depot.
Yeah, let's talk about
And
that
so
before we get fully in the
Robbie and I went to, because I have a lot to say about that. Robbie and I went to Home Depot to get a tree, and we pick out, first off, Home Depot's, it's a tough place for a tree. You know, a lot of people are there.
In the city, especially.
Yeah, in the city. In the suburbs, you know, might be, I don't know. I have no idea what's like in the suburbs.
Yeah.
But
I would say a lot more parking lot space. A lot more outdoor space.
Yes.
Like there's a lot more space in the suburbs.
They probably
which
have
is nice.
bigger selection.
Yes, I would think.
In Brooklyn, the selection is slim.
Yes.
So that's why you have to get there early.
Yeah.
So we got there. We go to get our tree, and we find one quick. And
Yeah.
I'm like holding it up, looking
Did
at
you
it.
find it was in the front? Where was it?
Right in the front.
It was in the front.
You know what I imagine? I imagine someone, because a lot of them are closed, and I imagine someone cut it open, looked at it, and it was too tall for their home.
Okay.
Because people do that.
Yeah.
And so I saw it. I go, wow, that's a nice tree.
This one was a different color. Distinctly
green.
different color than all the other trees.
It was a
It was
beautiful green.
really green.
It was a beautiful
It was really green.
Uh,
And it was tall. It was like the tallest section of trees that they offered at this Home Depot.
And I love trees so much.
Yeah.
I've said this on the podcast before, but something that brings me joy throughout the year, throughout the December, something that brings me joy throughout December is I'll take a little piece of the tree and I'll put it in my pockets,
Nice.
in my jacket pockets, my couple jacket rotations. So then whenever I'm out and about in the city and I need like a little something, a moment of joy,
Okay.
I could reach in my pocket and pull out the tree and give it a sniff.
Isn't this, I've never done them, but this is the logic behind poppers.
It's a Christmas popper.
Is that what you're doing? Poppers
doing
with the tree?
And instead of opening up my asshole, I'm opening up my Christmas spirit.
Okay.
I'm opening, instead of
He's
my
hitting
butthole getting loose,
He's hitting the pines as if they're poppers.
100%.
Nice.
And it's helping me open up to joy.
I love it. You're on a date in Midtown. You go to the bathroom. It's some Christmas poppers. He's a new man.
I'm coming
He's
out.
not dating. But in theory, you're out at a bar. You go to the bathroom. You hit this Christmas.
I was going to let the dating thing.
You were? All right. I was just getting ahead of it for you.
No, I'm not dating.
He's
But
not.
it is funny. But I keep it in my pocket. Thank you, Robbie. You took something that was like such a beautiful memory that I hold close to me, and
Made it stupid.
no,
Oh.
vulgar.
Vulgar. I don't know. Are poppers vulgar?
It's about opening up your ass to have sex.
Okay.
Which I think is beautiful. I think everyone should be having the sex they want, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But if I even said it was something like it made my dick hard, you know, that'd be vulgar too.
You're right.
No. I tried poppers once, do you?
No.
Yeah. I don't know. They were passing it around.
Yeah.
You're in a circle, they pass around poppers. What am I going to say? No.
Yeah, that's
I'm no fucking loser.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm no loser.
I'm
not
a
gonna
loser.
say no to a popper.
I don't know if I've ever been offered.
I
think so. Once or twice.
But yeah,
I said no.
You declined.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
I'm not as adventurous with drugs.
This was just years ago.
Yeah.
This was years ago. But anyway,
so you do that, which is beautiful. You get the smell and you get the feeling.
So I'm there, and we're looking at the tree, and every single person commented on how awesome the tree was.
It was crazy. It felt like we were in a movie.
It actually, everyone was like, "Wow, that's a beautiful tree." And Robbie feels like he's in a movie, but for me, what movie did you feel like you were in?
I don't know, just like a Christmas movie. Beginning of a Christmas movie. I'm also videotaping you, and people are commenting in the video. Then it got to a point where I'm like, oh, we have to defend this tree. Because somebody asked, I think, are you going to take it?
You know what movie I felt like I was in?
We were doing content, and they were like, well, are you actually going to take it? I think somebody eventually asked that.
You know what movie I felt like I was in?
What?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, okay.
That's where they want the Turbo Man, where Arnold Schwarzenegger and single. Yeah, okay. I felt like I had Turbo Man at Home Depot, which was this beautiful tree.
And there's only one that was that color green.
And it was
very evident.
It was in the tallest height range.
Yes. And it was evenly distributed.
Here's the thing. Size matters when it comes to trees.
Okay. I agree.
And I want to get a big one.
Yes.
I want to get a big one.
And we could have got bigger. I mean, not really, because they didn't offer them at Home Depot.
No,
but you have a nice apartment that you can really get a nice big tree.
So we get the tree, and we come home, we're doing it. And I never feel more like a Virgo than when I'm decorating a Christmas tree, because I have a particular way that I like to do it.
Sebastian is a Virgo about Christmas in general, I would say.
There is a right way to do the Christmas tree and a wrong way to decorate a Christmas tree.
You're a Christmas family. We were a Christmas family, I would say, too. But you guys, I think, take it to a new level of Christmas.
Which
I appreciate.
Well,
it's nice to see how far people can take things.
We care.
You love. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And so when Robbie's over here chiefing on his joints, I go, that's beautiful, but you got to listen to me.
Yeah.
You got to. And I was worried at one point because there's an order of things, and I told him when the breakable ornaments go up, he goes, the breakable ones. The breakable ones are the ones that can break, right? I go, yes.
It took me a while. You just said it so casually. The breakables. All right, now we do the breakables. You had a whole lingo.
Well, look,
I didn't know the whole lingo yet. Which, granted, breakables I should be able to figure out.
The breakables.
That's the Lennox ornaments, the ones that could break easily.
So I'll go over the order.
Okay.
This is the proper way to decorate a tree.
Okay.
You start by getting it up. You rotate to figure out what side should be in the front.
Okay.
Then you do lights.
Lights.
Up and down, up and down. You fill it so it's bright.
But specifically, how do you do the lights? Inside out.
Oh, we start close to the trunk, so then it glows from the inside, and then you slowly work your way up, and then as you go back down, then you're going on the outside branches.
Yes.
So there's like 2 layers inside the tree.
Which is a veteran move.
A veteran move. After that, this is when the breakable ornaments start to come into play.
Okay.
This is where you start doing your, let's say, stars of the show.
Okay.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Right? So we start getting front and center the pieces that you love. You know? The snowman that you got from your mother for your 10th birthday. Right? The piece from your grandma that she gave to you right before she died. Right? This is when you start getting the big emotional pieces on the tree.
Yes.
You fill up the big emotional pieces. After that comes the plushies, the ones that are non-breakable, the tin ornaments, and the like almost stuffed animal ornaments that you hang on the tree.
Crafts,
right? The craft comes after that.
Oh, okay.
So you start filling that out, right? And so why I have a big stuffed animal ornaments is to fill in those big holes in the tree.
Yes.
Right? Because sometimes there's like not on a good branch, so you need big ornaments as well.
Yes.
So after that, Then you start getting the crafts. And here's the thing, the crafts, we're working around the edges at this point, right? We're moving around the sides. We're moving around the bottom. We have to look at craft as if it was the perimeter to an entrance, right?
Okay.
We're framing it up with the crafts.
Okay.
Right? They're at a sight a little bit, right? They're not the focal point of the piece.
Okay.
After that comes the fillables.
The fillables?
The fillables.
Okay.
And the fillables are balls that fill it, that are just plain red, white, shiny gold, and you're just filling in with these balls in the spots that are a little bare.
Yes.
This is the moment where you step back from the tree and you go like this.
Okay.
You're sizing up the tree and you're hitting spots. After the fillables come the snowflakes. You do little snowflakes.
Yes.
You got the big fillables, the little fillables, and the snowflakes. You're filling it out. After that is probably the hardest job of them all.
Yes.
The beads.
The beads, which I do. I knew the beads. You put me onto beads.
We do red beads around it. We drape it, so we let gravity play a role into it.
Yes.
Almost like how tinsel shows you the gravities at play.
Okay, yes.
We do that with beads, right? So we have the beads. After the beads, you got to end with something sweet. We put little candy canes on spots all around.
Yes. I mean, it's a very full tree.
And that
it doesn't go more than 3 to 6 inches with not seeing something else. There's no 3 to 6 inches of just green
in the
front,
whole tree.
in
In
the back.
I leave it bare.
Yes.
But for me, that is how you properly decorate a tree.
Yeah.
Those are the steps.
So you judge other people's trees, or you just go, it is what it is?
Now, Christmas is not a time to judge openly.
Okay.
Christmas is a time to hold your tongue and speak behind thy backs.
Okay.
Now, would I judge? No. I'm of the realm that if anyone has a tree, I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm just, because we live in
It's
Brooklyn,
hard.
we live around a lot of people that are single, or like dating, don't have kids, right? And if they put up a tree, I'm so happy that they're investing in the Christmas spirit.
Yes. I think that you've inspired me to do a tree, and I've inspired other people to do a tree. People come over, they see the tree, and you've inspired me to step up my tree game. My tree has elevated over the past few years.
That's beautiful.
Can
I give a hint?
What?
So I love the smell of the Christmas tree, and advice that I give to people is they go, I can't get a real Christmas tree. I go, do this, get a Christmas wreath. It'll give the smell in the house,
which is
it's
great.
A lot cheaper, and you'll come home to that smell every day. A lot of people put their wreaths outside the door, but putting it in the home will fill up an apartment and make it smell so Christmassy. And a lot of people in New York don't have space for a tree, and they really want that beautiful evergreen smell in their home.
I know.
And so a wreath is something that I think is such a viable option to make you close your eyes. Scent is the strongest memory, that you're able to close your eyes and feel like a fucking kid.
I know. I agree. Another thing that you told me that was a good piece of advice was you could go to the little Christmas tree farm people that go on the side of the road and ask for a slice of the bottom of the tree.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And then you can get the wood and you get that pine wood smell, and they'll give them out the stubs they're called or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Which travesty happened. Since I've been where I live in Brooklyn, on my corner, there's been a Christmas tree setup. They build a cute little wooden house that's green and red, and they have a bunch of Christmas trees lined up, whatever. They build it and present it this year on my corner. 2 days later, it's fucking gone. And I'm thinking, now on my corner, the sidewalks are all closed down. It's a whole situation. They're building luxury housing on the corner of my apartment. They knocked down a grocery store with a parking lot, and now there's just luxury condos that's been building, and it's just been like this annoying thing that's in my life because it's loud.
Yeah.
You can't walk where I'm supposed to live.
Yeah.
And it's now they've taken away my Christmas tree situation, and it's so annoying because it's like it was there. I got to see it. It was there, and they were like, no, this makes no sense for us to be across from this construction and whatever.
This is the beginning of a Hallmark movie.
It's so annoying. Luxury housing is my new enemy. one of my new rivals. Luxury Housing's Open Bar Spicy Margarita, two of my new big-time rivals, I would say.
It's bad for New York, and it's also annoying for your daily life.
It's just like it doesn't, exactly. I can't live in it, and it's just taking up space from things that are in my neighborhood.
You know what's crazy?
And it's just going to, it's like, I have nothing to look forward to. It's just going to be people that I don't like are going to be moving here with their cars, and it's going to be more people in the neighborhood that are like kind of annoying.
They have those. They open it up to the housing lottery. Some of those things.
They have to by law.
Well, here's the thing: if you get it through the housing lottery, they don't give you the amenities.
I know.
So they give you a different card. So it's like two classes of people living
in the
building.
Same building. Yeah, they do it on purpose.
So fucking
I know.
sick.
It is sick.
It's actually sick.
Yeah.
Just give them the amenities.
Yes. It's very annoying. But
give
anyways, they
it
took
costs
away.
them nothing to give them the amenities. They just want to make them feel less than.
I know. But it takes away. I get to walk past and smell the trees and talk to the person. We like the little
and as we know,
Christmas tree farm.
Those
you
Christmas
have
tree, those Christmas
theory.
tree guys, the biggest fuckboys of the season.
Yeah.
If you want to know who's slanging dick around Brooklyn, it's these guys that are popping up Christmas tree shops on the corner.
Absolutely.
No one is hooking up at night more than the guys that are selling Christmas trees on the corner.
You would think.
They're like, "Hey, babe, do you want to come in my hammock?" Hey, babe, I was hoping you could come over.
It is cute. It is romantic.
Oh.
No better place to make out. A little
Whimsical.
smooch in the red and green pop-up Christmas tree wooden house on a corner in Brooklyn.
Oh, my God. Yeah. These are guys that don't have a home.
I mean, I would think that some of them
they live
do.
upstate.
Oh,
a lot
really?
Of them.
Oh, they come down.
They come down.
Oh.
They live on these big Christmas tree farms. My theory isn't even that wrong.
Okay.
These guys, they live on these Christmas tree farms. They come down to the city. They pop up shops on the corner, and they hang a hammock for any night they don't fuck. They have to sleep on a hammock outside. So every night, these Christmas tree guys are just looking to hook up.
Yes. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous place to be in.
This is
It's not the best mentality, but sometimes it's like the only place I'm gonna sleep in a warm bed tonight is if I make out with somebody.
100%.
Sometimes it'll find you.
This is, I mean, they're
definitely
the
a little
catch.
flirtier, yeah.
Yeah, they're a little flirty. They go, it's gonna be 32 tonight. Hey, babe, how about I take $10 off? These guys don't live in the city.
Yeah,
they live upstate.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, I've talked to them.
Oh wow.
Hooked up. No, I chatted them up because I know some of the farms upstate.
Oh wow.
So
you want to talk shop?
I want to talk shop. You know me. I'm going in there all business.
Christmas aficionado for sure.
I love Christmas so much. And I've been watching my Christmas movies.
That's nice. I wanted to say too, just though, I appreciate how much you put into the tree, because it really is a beautiful practice outside of the holidays in general. Just like every year, to reflect on your life and get a visual aid to reflecting on your life, and the smell, the visual, and you see it in a beautiful way where it's like you see your childhood, you see different parts of your life, you see teenage years, early 20s. Like if you do stay on top of building out this ornament collection, and it's such a beautiful way to just like reflect.
Yeah, you put your life on a tree.
Instead of just doing it all in your head and you could get down. It's like, why not make it pretty? Why not take the time, make it smell nice, make it look nice, and you show off for other people to come to your house. You're showing who you are. It's very vulnerable in a way.
You know what I do sometimes, Rob?
What?
I wasn't going to talk about this, but the tree is a big time for me to sit with the lights off and look at it.
Yeah.
I'll do a lot of sitting in the living room, just looking at it and in my feelings. Yeah. It allows me, Christmas time and having a tree in front of me allows me to step and access a side of me that is hard to access sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm able to step into that because it's a vehicle of, because Christmas leads with love. And when things lead with love, you're able to then open up into the harder stuff.
Yes.
I think too much doesn't lead with love, and there's so much joy and positive family experiences for me, and so much like love of friends and a time I had that I'm able then to reflect on where I am.
Yes, which is good. Which
is good because sometimes, a lot of the times when we start reflecting, it's not through the love aspect.
No, exactly.
So looking at something I love, then it allows me to access a deeper side of me.
Yeah, and it's hopefully more positive. It makes all of it easier. It makes the melancholy part of it easier when it looks beautiful.
It does.
I used to sit with my mom. We would just look at the tree. I mean, that was just a lot of the Christmas season was no more as much watching TV. We would just sit by the tree.
You'd sit by the tree
and just watch. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would catch my parents sitting at the tree together late at night sometimes.
All the time, yeah.
Just sitting
eat
there
a little
looking.
Dessert, eat something by the tree, make a little Christmassy snacks, and sit by the tree.
You just sit
Very
there
much
look.
sitting by the tree looking and just looking at all the ornaments.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you stayed on top of it.
I did.
Because it is
last
hard.
year I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is beautiful because that means that, like.
You missed it.
I missed it, And
but you've done 3 out of 4 here.
You miss a few, then all of a sudden you don't do it
exactly.
anymore. You know what I mean?
And then you have such a nice collection, I think.
It was
and
very
it is
important to me this year to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. It looks great.
Yeah. I feel very happy, and I can't wait to put out my my tchotchkes. I didn't finish putting out my tchotchkes yet, but as you know, I'm a man that loves crap.
Yeah, it's great.
I
You lent it to me last year, and I forgot just how nice it is to have all of them around the house.
Christmas time is a time that we're able to put out crap and it's acceptable in a home.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something expensive or something that has like emotional value. It could be something I like that the googly eyes wiggle.
Yeah. I mean, my mom has her Christmas snowmen out 365 days a year now. She doesn't even bother taking them in.
I would say that your mom's in the minority for that.
Yeah.
Right?
But that isn't always growing up. I think she's just been like, I like the snowmen. They're staying out all year.
That's great, man.
Like, that's kind of where she's ended up. She'll add other ones, a few other decorations, but the snowmen, they just stay out all year.
And I just like that it's time that I could get to. So you had your plushie that you're enjoying.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of stuffed animals.
You have
and
about 15 to 20. Which is the same logic.
I like looking at my stuffed animals.
Yeah, it's great.
For Christmas.
They're great. They were nice to have last year.
And
they're fun.
There's a part of me that, like, as a man in his 30s, I'm like, I don't get to put out stuffed animals. But then someone goes, it's Christmas. And I go, bust them all out.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me the stuffed animals. Bury me in the toys.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? For some reason, as soon as it's Christmas, I have an excuse to be who I really want to be all year.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that is a person that tries to be happy, that's trying to be nice to people, and a person that really gets to lean into shit he loves,
Yeah,
which is crap.
good. Yeah.
I went to Target
Okay.
just to feel.
Okay. I do that all the time.
Feel.
I've said this. I used to do it every day at my job,
Which
is tough because Target is not the most feely. It can still feel very corporate and cold. And
that's as good as we got sometimes.
I know.
some
Sometimes
days.
it is. Yeah.
But I went to Target yesterday just to feel stuff, just
Yeah.
to look around the ornaments.
It's more I go for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think. Like things at Target can connect me to nostalgia.
Well,
and that's what I like.
For me, I'm looking at the candy drops. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm looking at the
Just what they got new for the season.
What they got new.
Okay.
I'm perusing for new. You're going
interesting.
for nostalgia.
I'm going for nostalgia, I think.
I'm all about the new.
Okay.
With that. So I was never a Target guy growing up.
No, but I'm like, if I see a Pokemon stuffed animal, that connects me. Or like certain, I guess, toys.
Yeah.
I'll go down the toy aisles in Target. And I'm never going to buy a toy.
No, but
I don't even want the toy.
It's a time of
I'm
year
just interested to see what the kids' toys are.
where we could walk through toy aisles.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone's like, great.
Yeah.
Everyone is so happy.
I loved toys. And now I could buy any of them if I wanted.
What do we have to do to create a world where people get to feel this joy throughout the year?
I try to, but it's hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah, you have to be really comfortable with yourself to lean into it, I think. All the time.
It's so hard.
You need some money too.
Of course you need money.
That's part of it.
Christmas this month is an expensive month for me.
Yeah.
Right?
But I love to window shop. I can get a lot of enjoyment out of window shopping.
Me too.
I used to walk around Soho all the time just to see the stuff. I don't need it.
Nah, but then all of a sudden you go, oh God, look at that.
It's so expensive. Yeah,
look
that's
at that
true.
Santa Claus. I mean, I want to buy it.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Think about it. We went to the coffee shop the other day. I couldn't help but buy myself.
Yeah, that was nice.
An ornament.
Yeah, that was nice.
Impulse buying coffee and ornaments.
I know. It's nice. That was a nice ornament. You got to get that. You have a good collection. You need to uphold.
Yeah, I wanted a new one.
I think you should get at least one new one every year.
Yeah. I do.
To memorialize it all.
Not memorialize. To remember.
I guess.
Memorialize.
Each Christmas,
Makes
you
me feel
memorial.
like-
I guess I meant every year.
But I started watching some Christmas movies, which is awesome.
Nice.
Which
I haven't yet.
I watched Hot Frosty.
Okay. Did you do any TV specials? What does that fall?
TV specials. What do you mean?
Do you I like to watch like an episode of a TV show that's a Christmas episode.
Oh yeah, I might do some of that.
You might do that.
Yeah.
But that comes later in the season.
Well, can I tell you how I like to watch Christmas movies?
I know you have an order. You have a lot of rules.
I do.
Around Christmas.
So for me, I think the best way to watch Christmas movies is in the beginning of the month. You do new ones that might be crap.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be caught watching a Hot Frosty on December 24th.
Yes.
You don't want December 24th for you to end up watching a bad Christmas movie.
Yes.
Right? What you want is then the closer you get to the holidays, the more that you're like, oh, I gotta make sure I watch Home Alone this year.
Yeah.
Oh God, I didn't watch A Year Without a Santa Claus this year. What am I doing? Right? That's when you have to start adding bangers.
Yeah.
Right? The closer you get, the more selective we should be with what we choose. So in the beginning of the year, to get in the spirit, I watch crap. I watch new crap, and then as we get closer, I get more selective until we get to the December 23rd.
Okay.
Which I'll usually watch A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
Okay. Not Christmas Eve.
No, because
Christmas
usually
Eve starts
stuff.
on Christmas Eve.
Christmas for me starts Christmas Eve, right?
So One More Sleep Till Christmas is the day before.
Is the day before.
I
December 23rd is After All, There's Only One More Sleep Till Christmas.
Yes. I love December 23rd.
It's such a beautiful day.
It's a great day. It's Friday of Christmas. That's the real Friday.
It is. It's
because Christmas Eve is Saturday.
Yeah.
Of Christmas, and Christmas is Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
Yes. Vibe-wise,
yes,
I would say.
Vibe-wise, definitely.
For me. It's not Friday, Saturday. I would say 23rd is the Friday.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because you're having fun.
Vibe-wise, yeah.
So for me, I like to then start with a lot of crap. So at this time in my month, I'm doing tons of
new stuff.
New stuff.
Okay. You're not going to watch a new Christmas special of a TV show. That makes no sense.
No.
Yeah.
No. And as we get closer, I'll watch. And then I add new ones because I think it's important to keep up, you know?
Okay.
Like I think Christmas Chronicles was excuse me. What was the one?
Klaus you like.
I love Klaus.
Yes.
Oh, I love Klaus. You know why? Because it's a love story.
Yeah. I forget it. But I watched it in the Poconos, 2021.
And you liked it?
Yeah, it was fun. Cute.
No, I like the new Christmas one where he's Silent Nights. I thought was
Violent Night.
Violent Night.
Very good.
I thought was incredible.
Very good.
Now I'm not even doing a funny podcast.
I guess we're talking Christmas. Tis the season.
All right.
I mean, we did a whole 12 days of Christmas. We love Christmas.
Yeah. So So I watched these new Hallmark movies. I watched Hot Frosty and the Merry Gentleman and the new Lindsay Lohan pick. And so what I've been realizing from watching like Hot Frosty and the Merry Gentleman, these Hallmark-esque type of movies.
Yeah, Netflix is kind of taking over that avenue a little bit.
It's so funny when the standard for quality goes down so far once we add Christmas joy to it.
Interesting.
It's like, oh, it doesn't have to be that good. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, well, it's weird because then Red One has a $250 million budget, which is a new Christmas movie.
And I'm sure it's not even good.
And Wicked was $150 million. So it's $100 million more than Wicked to make this movie. And then you have the opposite end of just crap, I guess, on Netflix.
We have to realize this about Christmas movies, right? It's the ultimate remake. It's the ultimate like we're rebranding. We're leaning on nostalgia.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be good.
Yeah.
You think the third Guardians of the Galaxy is bad, right? No. Now imagine if there was 300 Santa Claus movies before 100%. That. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like this is
a
all
remake.
Just leaning on nostalgia.
Yeah.
All Christmas movies are remakes.
Yes, that's an interesting take.
So here's the thing. They're bad because everyone's like, Santa Claus, everyone's going to love when Santa shows up. What do we mean? I don't know. Oh, we're hitting a low. How about, I don't know, mistletoe?
Yeah, you have a lot of easy wins.
We're just
and
doing
tropes that you could just hit easy.
We're hearing bells in the backgrounds. We're hitting a Christmas song. There's so many easy things that you could do to be like, the story's bad. Horse-drawn carriage?
But also everyone wants to make a good. I think a lot of people want to make a good one. A lot of artists want to make a good one. I think you gotta love Christmas if you're gonna make a good piece of art around Christmas.
You have to, and
like you have to really love it and have a perspective on it.
Well, I think that a lot of the great Christmas movies are complex.
Yes, of course.
And that's what the beautiful ones are.
What would you say the last absolute classic great Christmas movie is? Probably Elf.
Maybe.
I don't know with the new generation though. I don't know. I shouldn't say that.
I really like Klaus, bro.
You do really like Klaus.
I think
you think it could be on Elf's level?
I think for me it celebrates the season of Christmas more than Elf.
Yes. Elf
for me is just a fun movie.
Okay. Yeah, it is a fun movie.
It's just a fun movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ones I watched recently. None that I would really. I mean, I don't remember fully Klaus. What's The Boy Who Loved Christmas or something like that? Was that one of them? You watched it too. The Boy. It starts with The Boy. I think.
I don't remember.
Something Christmas. He's like a redhead boy.
I don't remember this.
I guess Polar Express came out after Elf, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is a classic in some ways. No?
Not for me.
Not for you?
Not for me. The book is more than the movie.
Yeah.
The movie's weird.
Yeah, the movie is a little
weird.
The
movie's weird because
we watched it recently.
Here's the thing. It's a remake of a remake. It's like all of these Christmas movies are just leaning on nostalgia of Christmas.
Yeah. I did really like Violent Night.
I did too.
I'd have to rewatch it.
I'm going to watch it again this year.
You are.
But so these Hallmark movies, they really are just, it's actually offensive how much they're just like, we're just going to give, we're pandering to women from late 20s to early to their 50s. We're pandering to them. Whatever they want, we're going to give them. Yeah. It's almost offensive how much it is. It's like, who should be in it? I don't know. Who's popular in the 2000s? He's the lead, you know? Let's get a TV star. Chad Michael Murray, right? He hasn't been in anything, but do you remember One Tree Hill? All right? Like, that's all it is.
Interesting. Do you think men are too angry to love Christmas right now? So they're just not even worried about catering to them? I don't think men. They're just like, I'm not even gonna try to make anything about this for you.
I think that men don't enjoy Christmas.
Maybe that wasn't always the case.
I really.
They were all angry that we weren't loving Christmas enough for a long time. Yeah. War on Christmas. Now that's kind of been completely proven dead. If they just like not, I don't know. Do they not want joy?
No.
They like the anger around it.
Joy is weak.
Yes, that is true.
That's what you forget, Robbie.
That is true. That's more and more prevalent in our world, too. And you see it.
Joy is weak.
That is true.
Liking Christmas then means enjoying joy, which means that you're weak.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I guess I can't stand that.
I agree. It's wild.
Because I love joy.
Yeah, let's go.
I think
that's how I feel too. People really don't like somebody experiencing joy, a man experiencing joy. This is a lot of the criticism of LeBron. He's not more of an asshole. He's not more of a killer. Like the man he's silly and he gets docked for it. And it's two different things: his athletic ability and being silly. People don't want to see a silly man win. Now more than ever.
No, they don't.
It's very sad. Yeah. Like Andrew Tate, all of these like whatever manosphere people, joy, silliness, happiness is not in their messaging, which is fucking annoying.
Well, because
message them here. What are we doing? Like enjoy, live. Like you're allowed to love things and feel happy.
Christmas is all about feeling.
Yeah.
And men don't feel.
Yes, I've been very much like talking about how much I love Wicked around a lot of men recently too. To just be like, it's okay. Like, I'm cool. I do, like, you ask me for certain advice about certain thing, whatever. I'm liking this thing very outwardly and openly. Just so we're not going to be talking shit about that. And people be like, oh, you're going to see, oh. So it's interesting.
That is good.
Yeah, I think it is good.
Yeah, I think that we have to.
I can't let these men fall into that.
Well, I think I think there are hopefully more men. I mean, some men in my life love Christmas so much.
Which is great.
Where I got the love from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's from my father.
Yeah.
It's not from my mother.
Yeah.
My mother, Christmas is a burden.
It is.
Oh.
Your father loves Christmas. Your mother loves Christmas.
Yes.
She loves it's a different relationship.
It's a different relationship. But my father, I got the love from my father. Yes. Right? But it's a feeling holiday.
Yes, very much.
It's the most feelings holiday of them all. I would argue it's more feelings than Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's
Not even close.
I think it's more romantic and loving than Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
I think Christmas is the most romantic holiday of the fucking year.
I agree. Not even close.
You want romance? It is on Christmas. It's waking up. It's the gift of the Magi. It's looking in someone's eyes and saying, in this moment that I could spend it with anyone, you're the person I love.
Yes.
You're the person that I'm willing to smile and have a good time with.
Yeah.
No, I wish Valentine's Day had more giggles and more feelings like that.
Yeah. It doesn't. No, Valentine's Day is not the same.
Valentine's Day is
and I would say the whole season is very romantic for Christmas. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas or not religious, I think the season is very romantic.
You know
I
why?
think the rush of Christmas Eve is very romantic. I think like the decision making of like you're gonna go home, what the stress,
compromises,
the beauty around it, like the whole city has to be illuminated because it just got really dark, and we just put the clocks back, and now it's dark and it's cold, and we need to feel. I don't know. We need to look within ourselves to find this light.
Also,
in this season, and it makes it inherently very romantic. The streets of New York, I would say, specifically.
If you have, also in general, Christmas is romantic because you go to these big, like, parties and you're around a lot of people, and
I
you
love
have
a
to
Christmas party.
right.
So
You have to show that you could have a good time, and then with the person you love, you get to sit in silence and look at the tree.
Yes.
To be able to experience both, and the hectic nature of like having to get ready to get places on time in the rush. You're a team
100%.
together getting that
Yes.
shit done. Nothing is more romantic than Christmas.
I agree. It doesn't even. Valentine's Day is just a date night.
It's
just glorified
a
date
glorified date night.
It's glorified date night.
Christmas
is a month-long adventure. It's connecting to your childhood. Connecting to your inner child is difficult.
And
It can
showing
be
someone
beautiful. I think it can be very beautiful, but it's work.
letting someone into your love.
Yeah, exactly. You're showing someone your ornaments. You're two people coming together. If you're building a tree with someone, it's like, this is my life, this is your life.
Fucking
Of
beautiful thing
course.
ever. It's so beautiful. My dick's never been harder
Yeah.
on this podcast. I have a
It's
rock.
beautiful. We're really romanticizing the shit out of Christmas.
Here's the thing. All Christmas long, my dick gets hard and then turns like this. December 1st comes and it goes, whoop.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, of course they know. But I think it's beautiful. So I'm watching the Hot Frosty.
Okay.
Right. So let's talk about the Hot Frosty.
Yes.
And the Married Gentleman. They really cater to women.
Okay.
And it's like supposed to be for women, but I love that
Yeah,
shit.
of course. I love that all too. When I was a kid, I was on the Hallmark Channel during Christmas
it's
season.
incredible. So
It's garbage, but it's just like I would sit in my basement, watch it. It's
good
great
garbage.
garbage.
It's good garbage.
Yes.
It's good. It's who doesn't like chips?
Yeah.
It gets me so annoyed when people complain about TV being garbage, and then like who doesn't like eating a bag of potato chips?
Yeah.
Like if all we're supposed to consume media wise is apples, why are we shitting on Hot Frosty?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Hot Frosty is a couple yodels. Okay, let me have my
I love
yodels, babes. Right?
Love yodels. Put them in the fridge.
Cold chocolate is so good.
Yes. We were a yodels in the fridge family for sure. Even in the freezer.
And
if you've ever
Entenmann's
done 'em in
Donuts
the
cold?
freezer.
You better believe it. Yeah.
that was-
Oh.
But anyways,
A ring ding, a hard to crunch it to a shell of a ring ding.
I know.
I want it like ice. I want it to be a chocolate ice breaking
Well, that's
in
what
my
you
mouth.
freeze them. By the time lunch comes, they're still cold.
You were living good,
I
bringing
was.
ring dings to lunch.
Frozen ring ding.
Jesus Christ!
Perfect temperature.
That was
at
never
11,
my
12
experience.
p.m. Or yeah.
I was hiding weed in the garbage cans around the corner.
That
'Cause
wasn't
the
me.
police were patting us down to get into school, copying Russian homework.
Yeah, that we had different experiences. Anyways, Hot Frosty, what do they do to cater?
Well, they do a lot of stuff, right? I love it. I love all that stuff. But they do this thing in these Hallmark movies where I notice always the male romantic lead isn't someone that is like new for love or looking for love. It's always someone that had a past relationship, someone else broke this man in, and now the woman's like, he's ready for real love. Yeah. That's a woman's fantasy. A man's fantasy is like, she's never had love. It's my time in all these movies, you know? Or like, I'm going to steal her away from someone else, you know?
Yeah.
A woman's fantasy is he loved someone, they left him, but now he's house trained.
Which is attractive.
Which is very attractive.
I think it is attractive for someone who's had to deal with conflict within that, look into themselves and change. That's who I feel like I am in a lot of ways. And I think you need that. I would love
how you include you in that.
I am that, but it's also like it's weird to me, guys that want to like hook up with inexperienced women sexually. It's like, why would you not want someone who has some moves, who knows, who's lived a little bit, trial and error? Like I'm 30 years old, like 31 years old. What are we doing? Like we want someone who has lived a little and has
we don't have judgment,
intelligence around these matters.
Yeah.
So I agree with these women then.
Well, I also think that they want a man that knows how to pick up the toilet seat.
How to love. That too.
Like I'm thinking that their fantasy of a man isn't someone that is going to be a mother to them. It's someone that knows how to coexist with a woman.
Yeah, I guess that's like.
It's not even sexual.
Yeah.
It's more just like, oh, they know to listen to me when I'm speaking to them.
Yes. I saw, apparently there's a very popular article about a woman that wrote she divorced her husband because of dishes, and it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. That people, I don't think, if you've never been in a relationship before, you realize the intensity of that, the death by 1,000 paper cuts, because you don't see it. You don't think that your small little fuck ups are actually built. Like, I don't think you realize what's building on the other person, or like you're not putting yourself in the other person's shoes every day, every minute of like, how is this relationship going?
Well, it's hard to put yourself in someone else's shoes every minute. It
is. Or reflecting like, how did today go from their perspective, like as a team, which is hard and it's a lot of work to do well. I would say.
Yeah. Well, I just think that it's just interesting to me that women's fantasy of a man is one that's been broken in.
For sure, I get that totally.
One that has some miles on it, and a woman already taught him how to do things right.
Yeah, I get that.
Right. But I do think that the 1,000 paper cut thing is true.
Is real. Yeah.
And I think people wait for a big thing to happen so then they can finally end it all.
Yes. But it's not the big thing.
No, it's not the big
paper
thing.
Cuts.
It's not the big thing that ends it all.
Yeah.
And that's yeah, I don't know what to say about that. It's sad.
It's people's journeys that they got to figure out. But
it's
like heartbreaking for the person. Exactly that also, too, which is another thing to learn.
Some people hate dishes so much and will do 100 other things for you.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That's communication then.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what
like,
it is.
But you learn these lessons, I think, in a relationship. Of like, oh, I fucked up a lot there.
Sometimes,
hopefully. Some people just move on to the next. They want to just continue the pattern. There's no self-reflection, end of your review.
And here's the thing, you could always change.
That's what's nice.
Yeah, you could start tomorrow.
Some people, the resentment gets too built up, though. You got to move on.
No, yes. I meant like in the next
future.
One. Yes. Yeah. But I thought it was just interesting. All these women, they fantasize for a man that's already been around.
Yeah, I get that.
A man that knows the ropes.
Yeah.
And all these men are also artists.
In the fantasies. They might as well lean in, just make it the perfect guy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. They're all these like, they have corporate jobs, but they're like, no, do your arts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a plumber, he's a handyman, but then he does art on the side.
100%.
Right? Doing art on the side is like ooh la la kind of hot.
Well, we just did the episode where all the attractive hobbies.
Yeah.
It's woodworking, painting, it's artistic.
And one of the guys is woodworking.
Yeah, of course.
He does woodworking.
Yeah.
And the other guy, he's creating houses, but this house he doesn't want to think about money. He wants it to be for the people. Of course. Right? It's so
It's attractive. And there's ways to be
so
masculine in this world and not be an asshole.
Yeah.
Somebody who could build a house is a very masculine guy.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I can't build a house.
No, me neither.
I'm
don't be an asshole. Like, that's what these guys got to realize.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. And none of these guys are assholes. They're all waiting for the woman.
100%.
All these men also are doing something that is like, they're waiting for the woman.
Yeah.
I'm here waiting for you to be ready.
Yeah, it's funny to see, I guess, then very one-dimensional man characters that fit the female gaze, because we've gotten so many of the opposite for so long.
It's so beautiful,
and it's funny to see how ridiculous it is when you see it flipped.
I actually
because you see yourself.
I think they should go harder.
You think they should go harder?
I think that they should go harder. I actually think Hot Frosty was just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. I think that we should go absolutely harder. And I want the men to almost have no dialogue besides, I will be here for you.
I'll be here for you. I'll eat you out. Yeah. I'm always hard.
Right?
When you don't want me to be, I won't be.
Yes. Sorry, I was journaling about how much I love you. Right?
I love it.
Just absolutely I don't want to know a single thing about the man's backstory, what they like. I want it to fail the reverse Bechdel test.
Yeah, of course.
I want every scene the man to be like, I miss her.
I'm thinking
Cut
of
to
her.
new scene.
Yeah.
I literally want him to be at work saying that. I want him to take a bite of sandwich. He goes, this sandwich is good. Not as good as Jessica. Cut scene, right? I want it just to fail the male Bechdel test.
That's what it seems like.
Can we please, Hallmark, go harder? Yeah. Go harder. We need to add more adjectives in front of Frosty. Okay. It can't just be hot Frosty. It has to be hot and compassionate Frosty. Hot and yearning Frosty. Hot and romantic Frosty.
Yes.
Also, hot Frosty. Slight to my people. I looked at Frosty. I go, look at those curves. Are you kidding me? What are we talking here? I never looked at if I was to look at.
Frosty's hot. Frosty's cool as hell.
I always thought Frosty was
cool. Yeah, I was a big Frosty fan.
Frosty is hot as shit.
Yes.
And then, you know what? But let the women they're like throw abs on Frosty.
Yeah. Sure,
have it. I get it. You know, if we
can have their abs.
I honestly,
they could have made a Frosty hot. That you don't need an 8-pack to be hot. Yeah, let's just get that through. We don't need an 8-pack to be hot. We've seen that bazillions of times.
But here's the thing. I guess if they're just really going to lean into like the most two-dimensional thing.
Yeah, that would be.
What do women like? He's wearing shorts, Timbs, no shirts. Okay.
I guess that's what they're giving.
Just with the hammer in his hand, being like, can I help you hang a light?
I mean, yeah, there's movies with just full-on wet t-shirt contests.
Yeah,
and
so
just
what are we doing?
I guess it's a similar.
The woman leaves the house and she comes home and he decorates the whole house without her there.
Okay.
It's like, he is just the perfect man.
Yeah.
Truly, if you want to peek inside maybe what a couple things you could do nice for a woman, watch one of these Hallmark movies and just do one thing that the man does in the movie.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good.
I'm wondering, I would imagine women are writing these movies.
Yeah.
You think a woman wrote Hot Frosty?
I mean, they're at least doing focus
some creative groups. Consulting.
Yes, there has to be some groups on this.
Yeah.
But I was absolutely loving how two-dimensional these men are.
It's funny.
Oh, it's tremendous. Okay. So we are gonna I'm gonna be thinking about more Christmas stuff. Of course. We'll do some non-Christmas stuff
the
along
season,
the way.
yeah, for
but
sure.
I'm just excited because I just put out all my things, and little treats bring me joy, and the Christmas season is a month full of joy.
You should go back if you like this show. 2 years ago at this point, we did 12 Days of Christmas where we had on a bunch of our friends and we did Christmas activities with all of them. And then we kind of talked it out on the podcast afterwards with all of our friends.
It was fun.
It was very fun. And there's a lot of things to do in New York around the Christmas season. We weren't really vlogging then, which probably would have been the move, but it is what it is. We live and learn. But it was very fun to do that, and I think it's a fun listen to go back. If you like this show, you like us, I think you will enjoy those 12 Days of Christmas. So they're on our YouTube. You could find them as a playlist, and then if you search on the Spotify or the Apple, the 12 Days of Christmas, if you have not heard them, we did 12 episodes leading up to Christmas. It was a very hectic December for us, so go check it out. It's very, very Christmas spirit, I would say, in podcast form.
Beautiful. So we did go see Wicked this week.
Yeah.
And
Robbie want to talk.
Robbie and I went to go see Wicked. First of all, bathroom count on Robbie during the Wicked time was 5.
5?
5.
3 during the movie. 1 before. Okay, 6 total, actually.
Yes.
We got there. I went to the bathroom immediately.
Robbie?
I got on. I drank Pepsi.
During the coming attractions you went.
I drank a bunch of Pepsi prior to, like, before the pre-attractions and then the coming attractions. So, like, close to the end of the coming attractions, I go for the second time.
My sister leaned over.
I go 3 times during the movie, and then I go out when we leave. So 3 times, though, during the movie.
You went 6 times in the course of 3.5 hours.
I drank a lot of liquids.
My sister asked me, she says, is he okay? Does he need to go to the doctors? My sister literally asked me if you were okay. She was literally worried.
People have to pee. I was peeing, though, every time. So, like, what is...
I said it's anxiety. I
But
said he gets
it is
anxious.
anxiety.
I go, he gets anxious, and this is how it comes out. And
That is true.
Oh. She goes, that must be a difficult life. And I said, you don't even know the beginning of it. No, she didn't say it.
But I drank a giant ass Pep. I have wanted to get a Coke, but Pepsi to me is kind of similar, I would say. It doesn't really change that much. But I wanted to get a big ass soda, and I haven't been able to do that the last few times I went to the movies. So I finally got my big ass soda. Finally got my nice big popcorn. And it is what it is. I went to the bathroom 3 times. I was drinking a lot of water. 6 times. 3 times during the film.
We can't say
during the runtime of the movie.
We can't say 3.
And I knew where to go. It was also extremely close by. That helped. I would have went less if it was not as close by.
I can't believe that Wicked was a 6-peer for you. I
It was
cannot
3.
believe.
It
Robbie,
was
stop
3
lying to
during
the
the
people.
runtime of the movie. Once when I got there,
Wicked-
once during the coming attractions, and once after the movie. So 3 times during the movie.
Wicked was a 6-pisser for you. How many pees did Robbie give it? 6.
It's 3 hours. I peed once an hour, and
What?
before and after, and then once an hour during.
Twice before.
Twice before, once after. And I knew when I could go. I'm drinking a lot. I'm letting myself drink freely.
I drank the same amount as you.
And you went once.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still have to go.
I went twice in that whole time because I peed before the movie and then I peed during the movie.
And you didn't pee after.
No.
Yeah. But anyways, I want to talk spoilers. I want to talk specifics about the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, I would say this might be the end. We'll see you at the Patreon. Or if you haven't seen the movie and you don't care about spoilers, continue. But if you have seen the movie, I want to talk about it with you a little bit.
So, I loved it. I thought it was tremendous. I thought it was tremendous. I thought it was visually appealing. They sounded beautiful. I liked the story. There's no complaints.
You didn't know the story that much. Less than you thought? Like, you knew the songs from a child. Did it live up to what you thought, your expectation?
I forgot how much I enjoyed some of the less popular songs.
So you knew all of the less popular songs?
As they played them, I was like, I know this song.
Okay.
I knew every song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, I mean, the one song I don't like is probably the Animal song. Wasn't my favorite. But that's just because it's very
sad. What song is that?
About what's happening with the animals being killed and silenced throughout the land.
Yes.
But I like that plot point.
Yes, for sure.
But that just wasn't. It's some songs are bangers.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that the content I liked. The song itself I didn't love.
Yeah.
But I loved Dancing Through Life.
Dancing Through Life, very fun. The Loathing is very fun too. That's like been a little bit of a trend, I think, online.
That the book stuff.
Yeah, the Loathing, the dance routine.
I actually found that to be the corniest part of it.
You did. You thought it was corny.
Yeah, that was the one part I was like, oh, this I don't love.
I mean, to me, it's just theater kids. Like, this is theater. Like, that's what do you like? This is a school of theater kids in my head. Like,
you know what
what would a school of theater kids look like? Dancing Through Life.
They're not
Loathing.
theater kids.
But in my head, they are.
No, but they're not.
I know, but in my like.
They're not.
But they are.
But we can't say they're there to study. They didn't really make it clear what they study in this school.
No, not
Right?
at all. It's just one magic person and then everything else.
There's one
we don't really know.
Yeah, there's one
a
magic
talking
person.
Animal.
And then they're doing general history. Which is kind of funny that it's like, oh, I don't often teach. The one person that does teach magic goes, I don't teach often, but this semester I will. So and then I didn't even know the other classes that they were in.
No, But I liked Oz. I liked the world they built.
I think there was a public speaking class they did. I think there was a Calc 1 I saw someone in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a general school almost. It was kind of funny. The cafeteria looked banging though.
The cafeteria looked cool.
I like their trays. But I loved a lot of it, and I thought it was really great. The moments I forgot that it was musical theater was the best.
Okay. Which was when? When are times you forgot it was musical theater?
Like musical theater kids doing,
Okay.
you know, like I was able to detach. I told you what my favorite was. One of my favorite parts was when she was dancing, Alphaba, and then Glinda joins in the dance.
That's a beautiful scene.
And I told you, here's the thing. I did cry during the movie.
Okay.
Twice. I cried twice. And only out of the eye that was not next to you.
Okay.
I don't know. Toxic masculinity. What can I say?
How is that even
I don't even
There's
know how
no
it's
way
possible.
that's real.
I cried twice out of this eye, and you were sitting on the left side.
I can't.
My body
I don't even know how that's possible.
knew.
I've never been able to cry only out of one eye.
It did not feel safe around you. My body did not feel safe enough to cry in front of you. So I hit this eye next to my sister, who I felt very open and vulnerable with.
Interesting.
And this eye actually turned red and started playing Joe Rogan.
Well, the last time we saw a movie together, I thought you were crying and you were yawning, and this time I thought you were yawning, you were crying. So I have no read on your behavior.
What movie was the last
I
movie?
thought you were crying during Space Jam 2.
You're so annoying. I can't believe
I didn't know. You told me you cry for movies sometimes. That was the first time we saw a movie together. But interesting that you cried out of one eye.
I did cry out of one eye, which was interesting. I cried at that moment, and then I cried at the end. And so for me, it's interesting. Crying during movies. Let's talk about this for a second. Crying during movies, I think, is such a green flag in a person. Saying that you are a person that cries for movies is a red flag.
Okay. Don't weaponize the crying.
Don't weaponize the crying.
Manipulative.
Once you're a person that goes, yeah, I cry for movies, I think that you're like being like, I'm vulnerable, I'm open. Fuck me. I think that's the
At the very
logic
least,
there.
you just watch the movie together and then you cry, and then that's the minimum.
Yes, I think that's.
Now you can't be bragging about crying for movies.
And I think people do.
You think so?
I mean, I just came on here and said
Okay.
that I cried
Are you
twice.
Are you just self-conscious about it?
Crying during movies?
No, like that you're gonna come off manipulative.
No.
Okay.
Who am I manipulating?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hook up with you.
No, I know.
And these are the people. They get to know,
Yeah.
right? I think it's more like if it's a dating situation, if it's a romantic situation.
And you're saying this on a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that is then like, who are you saying this for?
Yes.
What do you tell me? Yeah, it's like someone being like, yeah, I donate.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. It's
It's
very
like-
eye roll.
Like oh,
What are you
yeah,
doing it for?
I do charity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I
Because
agree.
a person that says they cry during movies probably has said that more than the tears they've dropped.
Yes, I could see that.
And for me,
Unless they're like, I cried every movie. I'm a
unless
mess.
they have to
I'm
give a heads
mess."
up.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Just so you know.
I'm going to be too much.
Yeah. Which I love.
If they go,
If you're sobbing, open mouth sobbing as a man for many movies, I think you're good to give a warning on the first date.
Bumblebee, don't leave me. Us Transformers have learned a lot from your Earth. But I cried at that part, and then I cried at the end. But I told you I liked Defying Gravity, the song. I think that they kind of...
I think I get more emotional when I listen to the song. I was walking down the street the other day, tearing up, listening to Defying Gravity, walking to work. And then in the movie, when it came, it was more, it was they break it up enough so that I was like, I didn't cry. Every time I was about to cry, they had a little dialogue break, and I ended up not crying.
This is part of the, like, watching Defying Gravity.
They kind of helped me out to
Well,
not have to cry.
It made me feel like a woman trying to come.
Let me cry. Give it to me full.
I like could feel the
Yes,
cry
I
coming.
feel you, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, they just switched it up for a second. Go back to Defying Gravity. Go back to Defying. You were doing so good.
I was so close.
I was like, Movie, do exactly what you're doing. Just say, do exactly what you're doing. Do it over. Do it over. And then they cut the dialogue. I was like, oh, God, I was so close. The tears were right here. And then all of a sudden, and if you can find me. I'm like, come on, just do that. Just keep doing that. And all of a sudden, their voices got sore a little bit. So then they go to dialogue again. I go, oh, focus on the movie. Stay in the movie. Stay in the sadness. You could cry. You could cry.
Yeah, there's a few parts you gotta really power through and keep your emotional state when she's falling.
Yeah, they make it visual.
They make it very visual. Whereas, like, I think if you can find me, look to the western sky happens in stride, I'm a mess.
I do too. I wanted to be a burst.
Yeah.
I was worried I was gonna get a.
Yeah. Oh, you thought you were gonna get a sob.
I thought I was gonna get a.
Yeah. It would have really had people, I think. Sob, because once you open it up, it flows out. For me, once I'm hit one sob, I'm like I'm wheezing. Like I don't know if you cry like that, where you really need to catch your breath.
Cry. Yeah, I do different cries.
Yeah.
But I thought it was gonna hit me in the guts.
Yes.
But it didn't because it was like.
It was did us a favor.
It was like a
John Chu threw us a bone.
He was. I think it was trying to show off new moves.
Okay.
It was like, nah, just hit the
song. Same thing over. Yeah, I agree.
But I did cry. I did catch me because it is very emotional, and I thought it was beautiful. I thought all the songs were beautiful. I thought Alphabet was great. I thought Glinda was good. I thought her voice sounded beautiful.
Yeah, but Mariana Grande extremely talented. I mean, it's great. It will be memorialized for a long time to come. And I think we did a good job.
Memorialized.
What do you mean?
What is this word memorial? Doesn't that mean that someone passed?
Like I look at the Wizard of Oz. Like we see the Wizard of Oz today, 100 years later. Like what is going to be remembered, I guess. And I think this is something that will be passed on, hopefully, for a long time to come.
Maybe.
We still look at Oz from 100 years ago, and I don't know.
I sadly think things are different now. That things won't be remembered.
You don't think it will have as much life?
Just because that movie, what changed how movies were viewed.
That one.
Yeah, because it was the first movie in color.
Which apparently isn't true.
It was the first good movie in color.
Okay. The first movie we have now that's in color, I think.
Oh, really?
We lost a lot of the early ones. Yeah,
they were probably garbage.
Yeah.
I think that we could rewrite history in that way.
Yeah, well, that's what Glinda says.
What?
You just got to be popular. It doesn't have to be true.
And
that's what The Wizard of Oz is. First movie in color. You can rewrite history.
I love that. Well, I did think that there was a lot of in this movie. I was like, oh, there's power to popularity,
which
I think
obviously
is an important lesson.
Which we were talking about last week. Which Popular is the big song of the movie. Or one of the big songs. Defying Gravity, Popular are probably the two biggest songs of the play. That's the ones that me, as someone who never experienced the play, just knows that they exist.
Uh-huh.
I just didn't realize how, it's deeper. The Popular song is way deeper than you think.
Yeah.
From the outside. It's very much about, politics almost, or, the world, or government, or, doing, the way that Glinda the movie ends is oh, somebody cares about being popular. Somebody cares about staying true to themselves.
Yeah.
And it's way deeper than I guess I thought. Where I thought it was just going to be oh, girls getting ready and it's a high school and I want to help you become popular and maybe get some more confidence.
Well, that's what great art is, man.
Yes.
Great art has multiple levels that it could be absorbed through different people. That's why Shrek is so great.
Yes. Yeah. Shrek is great.
Shrek, because you experience it. Everyone gets something different out of it.
Yes.
And I think I said that to you before. I think people will get out of the movie what they want to get out of that movie.
Yeah. Which it was just shocking to me how powerful I guess that it all was. I think even the second watch, the first scene, No One Mourns the Wicked, really stuck out to me. It's very jarring.
Because of how villainized
just how villainized she is and how you watch this whole story, how beautiful she is and how much you root for her, how much you love her. And you see how all these people, all across Oz, of all different all different types of people are so happy. Children are happy she's dead. Adult, everyone.
People don't know who she is.
Exactly, which is very. It was very poignant on the power of propaganda, how isolating it is if you don't fit into a certain mold of what success looks like or what what the world wants you to do, like using your powers to like kind of help society push along and the status quo.
Yeah.
And she goes against it, obviously.
So yeah, I think that it was. I think that it is. There's a lot of cool stuff in the movie and a lot of cool stuff in the book in the play.
I would like to see the play. I mean, the plot. Yeah, the animal plot line I thought was very.
Well,
it's just
read
way.
The book. I think that I was telling you that the animal plot line it's a much bigger part of the book.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I think it gets, even if you're into the political side of the story, I think that's
yeah. I think I just relate it to it's lonely. It's lonely. They show a good job of showing how lonely. If you're not kind of on everybody else's wavelength, how lonely that can be. Despite if you feel like what you're saying is right.
Yeah.
And it's easy for people to just kind of go with the flow. It's hard to get people to expand their minds a little bit. Even if you have something undeniable, well, even if you have this beautiful magic and power that's undeniable.
Unfortunately, life didn't give her a choice.
No.
And that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
And then either person, I don't know. I don't know what happens in the second half.
Me neither. That's also, it is hard.
A lot of this.
But I thought they brought so much heart and charm to the characters too, which is also like, we don't see, like the Hollywood press tour. That's why it was also surprising, because that doesn't have as much heart or charm. Hollywood is very heartless and very charmless, I would say. Recently,
they're being so annoying. These two.
But they're not. They're great in the movie. I have forgiven all sins just because of how good the fucking movie is and how emotional their performances are.
Well, they really show up.
They did a great job.
Singing live really came across that they sang live, and I thought that they did a beautiful job. I think people, it's a great movie during this time because it can be for the family and it can,
Yes.
I think it's a great holiday movie, and I want movies to be back. I
love movies, of course.
So it makes me happy that movies like this are happening.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I hope more and more stuff like this happens. That is good art.
Yeah, I love to see good art.
We have to celebrate good art.
Of course. Absolutely. Always.
I think that it's something for everyone. I think that I actually think a musical aspect like this is better than like Mean Girls musical aspect. You know what I mean? I think that.
Which I went in thinking it was going to be more in line of like a Mean Girls, a Cats, like these other types of movies that have been made.
No, they created
even like
universe.
a West Side Story has a story, but it's not. It's more of a love story, a misunderstanding.
West Side Story is Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. But this is, I think, more relevant. Like this is.
What misunderstanding were you thinking of?
They like one person die. Like, isn't that the whole? That's what Romeo and Juliet is, a misunderstanding, right? Miscommunication. Is that what Romeo and Juliet is? Miscommunication.
You're right. Go ahead.
I don't know what to call it.
I don't know either.
But this was more of like relative to our world, and I thought it was just. Yeah, I was very impressed by all of it.
And it was cool
I love their
see
performances.
Design, everything. Everyone did a great job.
They brought Oz to life, which was great. I mean, $150 million is an absurd amount of money they took to make this movie. But then we talk about Red One. These other movies, Marvel movies, have $365 million budgets. It's like they built. I don't know how you need that much money. Like, I don't think we need that much money to make a movie.
And we need to,
Like, that part of me is like, they built. I love what they built. I love what they did with the whole world. I like movie making. I like Disney World. I like all of this. I love immersive worlds. And they did a great job. And it's like that. I don't know how you do a better job. And I don't understand what people need more money. And they're doing less of that world building.
It's more computer stuff.
Yeah. That's what's so expensive. And to me, I'm like, no, build this world. Let them all play in it. You could see the joy of the actors playing in this world.
Yeah.
It makes it more grounded. The whole world feels grounded because they have these sets that they got to live in.
And we could tell on a subconscious level.
Yes.
I do agree with all that. I think that living in those sets is a beautiful thing.
And because live, we're capturing live on film, which I think a lot has been lost of that in modern movie making.
Yes.
Of like capturing a beautiful live performance. It all comes from a live performance, and you're trying to just give the audience in a theater as best you can the essence that you got from this live performance, which we're moving away from.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's skibbity or whatever.
Yeah, which I liked about Anora too. Anora felt free on set. Like it feels real. It feels like there's live, like there was people on a thing and they were making a live scene, and it was very much real people interacting with each other.
When there's things changing in one direction, there's always a reaction to that, Rob.
Yes.
Which is beautiful. And I'm just happy that the reaction is on such a grand, like a reaction to AI is on such a grand scale like Wicked.
Yes. Which is nice.
I think
it feels a pushback in that way.
Because a pushback is usually from the small, unknown people, not these like big studio, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that is a win across the board.
Yes.
And we have to remember how many people they're employing Wicked to create all that stuff.
Yes, which is great.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
So more of that, please.
No, I
Hollywood.
loved it so much.
More of that,
I told you I
Hollywood.
view myself as a flying monkey.
Of course. Of course.
And I'm excited to see where they end up.
I'm excited to see where they end up
in the second movie.
You asked who I saw myself as. I said I didn't put myself in Oz. I just watched the movie.
I mean, I think there's been times where I was.
You know who I felt?
I was a Glinda.
I felt most like the bear that helped give birth.
You did turn to me.
I go, that's me. I go, no, I said that's how I walk.
Yeah.
You know who I thought was the hottest person in the movie?
Who?
Alphaba's mom.
Okay.
I really.
Yeah.
She really did it for me.
She did it for you.
I
could see that.
The cheating woman really fucking did it for me. I don't know. There was something like she was mischievous. She was a little trouble.
Yeah.
She did it for me.
Interesting.
Rob,
early on, you were already bought in.
Already bought in.
Yeah. She was cute.
Yeah. She that was my type.
Yes.
So go watch the movie so you can find out who my type is.
Yeah, it's great. I really, really think it's great.
No, I thought it was awesome too.
And it's nice that there's so many good. Anora, I thought was an incredible movie that came out this year. I really like Dune 2 for a lot of the same reasons of the world building, and it just like they went on this crazy location and it felt like they shot it on location in the middle of the fucking world somewhere, and it felt like you're on a foreign planet. And it was a good story, similar political whatever. And then Sing Sing I really liked.
Nice.
Which I thought was like about finding art to change, like a theater program in a prison.
Well, I'll check out the other two, I'm sure, eventually.
Which is, was beautiful. So it's nice when there's like, I don't know, last year maybe there's 2 or 3 movies that really excited me. But when there's art that does feel reflective of the time you're in, it's like, all right, at least we are creating something beautiful that does resonate with the people, because we're not getting it in a lot of other places.
That's really nice. Well, I can't wait. I'll watch those other 2 movies, I'm sure. Just pay tons of money in SAG dues, so
you'll get them all. Yeah,
I'll get
for
them.
Sure.
Beautiful. We're gonna hop over to Patreon. We'll do a little Patreon action over there. If you want to join us, we are giving away a free beanie for the rest of the month to any. We're raffling them off to Patreon members. So if you want that, also we're selling the beanies. If you want, go to loudaboutnothing.com. You can buy a beanie or a link in the Instagram bio. If you like the podcast, please share it with a friend. Truly, sharing the podcast is one of the best ways that you can help the podcast. Share those clips, comments on the clips. It really, truly means the world to us when we see how much love and support that we get from those people. And try to enjoy the holidays. Even if you're not a holiday person, if you are a holiday person, I don't know. But try to, whatever brings you joy. I want people, it has nothing to do about Christmas. It has to do about us celebrating the end of the year and rejoicing in life.
Yeah. That's why I think the tree is so beautiful. It's such a good tradition.
Well,
the tree and the ornaments and the life and the reflective and having tchotchkes to reflect over your life, some being fancy, some being homemade. It's a nice arts and crafts project that brings a positive spin about it. Even if you don't have a tree, it would be nice to find a replacement for that if you're not like a Christmas person.
Yeah. All right, beautiful, Robbie. Hit the music.